Tom Kite has broken his silence on the most talked about moments of his career. At 74, the golf legend is ready to address what really happened during his darkest times. Everyone knows Tom Kite as the most reliable golfer who ever lived. He was called a living, breathing ATM because he earned money like clockwork. But even machines break down sometimes. And when they do, people never forget. Let me tell you about the real Tom Kite. Not the perfect player everyone thinks they know, but the man who faced his biggest challenges and came back stronger. Tom Kite was born in McKinney, Texas on December 9th, 1949. He went to the University of Texas where he played with Ben Crenshaw. Together, they won back-to-back NCAA titles in 1971 and 1972. Kite was co-champion of the 1972 individual title. He turned pro in 1972 and immediately made his mark. Golf Digest named him Rookie of the Year in 1973. In his first season, he made 31 out of 34 cuts. That set the tone for his entire career. Kite was different from other golfers. He was an innovator. He was one of the first pros to carry a third wedge in his bag. This became standard practice later. He also used sports psychology before it was popular. He focused on physical fitness when others ignored it. Late in his career, he even got laser eye surgery to fix his vision problems. The numbers tell an amazing story. Kite won 19 PGA Tour events. He was the first player to reach $6 million, $7 million, $8 million, and $9 million in career earnings. His total career money topped $32 million when you include his Champions Tour wins. From 1981 to 1993, Kite won at least one tournament every year except 1988. Over 14 years, he only fell out of the top 10 money winners 3 times. He made 590 cuts out of 714 starts. That's an 83% success rate. Only one player in history has made more cuts. His biggest win came at the 1992 U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. The conditions were brutal with strong winds. While others struggled, Kite scrambled and putted his way to victory. He won the Varden Trophy twice for lowest scoring average. He was PGA Player of the Year in 1989. He played on 8 Ryder Cup teams and captained the 1997 team. For a player this consistent, any struggle would stand out. That's exactly what happened in the mid to late 1990s. Kite hit what he called a speed bump in his career. During this period, he missed several cuts. Even when he made the weekend, he struggled to compete. The media noticed. They started writing that Kite was fading and his time was past. The headlines were brutal for a player known for never failing. The numbers backed up the stories. He missed cuts at the Masters in 1995 and 1996. He missed cuts at the PGA Championship in 1996, 1998, and 1999. At the Players' Championship, he missed cuts in 1996 and 1997. For Tom Kite, this was shocking. When reporters asked how he was handling the slump, Kite gave a perfect answer. He said, "TP, it's nothing but a speed bump." He explained that in a long career, there are going to be peaks and valleys. This showed his wisdom and experience. His plan was simple. He would go to work each day and simply figure it out. No panic, no excuses, just more work. This attitude paid off quickly. Within a week or two, he finished second in a tour event. Then he had a 4 or 5 week run of high finishes. The media called it a slump, but the data tells a different story. During this same period, he finished 4th at the 1994 Masters. He was second at the 1997 Masters. He placed 5th at the 1997 PGA Championship. These weren't the results of a fading player. Kite's speed bump philosophy was proven right. His struggles were temporary. He could still compete at the highest level. The media was wrong about his decline. But the most famous moment of Kite's career wasn't about money or trophies. It was about one terrible shot that everyone still talks about. The Gerald Ford shot happened at the 1992 PGA Championship. This was right after his U.S. Open victory. Kite was playing with Nick Faldo and Fred Couples in the first round. He was on the 11th tee when disaster struck. The shot was described as a low liner, a worm burner, and a duck hook. The ball went low and left. Some reports said it clipped a spectator. Others said it went right into the gallery. Video analysis showed Kite was over the top of it really bad and hit the ball on the bottom of the flange. The ball only traveled about 100 yards from the tee. For a player of Kite's skill, this was unthinkable. Nick Faldo's reaction said it all. It was unbelievable. I haven't seen anything like that in years. If it would have hit anybody, it would have been terrible. Commentators immediately compared it to former President Gerald Ford's famously bad golf shots. They said, "It looked like a Gerald Ford shot." The name stuck. Even today, people remember this one mistake more than many of his victories. The shot became famous because it was so unlike Kite. He was the reliable one, the consistent one, the ATM. When someone that steady makes such a public mistake, it becomes legendary. It reminded everyone that even the best players are human. Joe LaCava, Fred Couples' caddy, remembered the shot clearly. He called it a worm burner and said it was like watching an amateur golfer. The commentators were shocked. They said things like, "I cannot believe that shot I just saw," and "you'd have to put for use and ugly to describe that." Kite was described as a very, very frustrated man after the shot. The incident was so unusual that commentators used it to comfort amateur golfers. They said, "Oh, all of you amateurs out there, take heart. Tom Kite, the leading money winner on the tour, had just hit a terrible shot too." The timing made it worse. This happened right after his career-defining U.S. Open victory. He had just shown incredible skill under pressure at Pebble Beach. The contrast made the bad shot even more shocking. This incident shows golf's cruel nature. Even the most prepared players can fail at any moment. Kite had done everything right. He was innovative, fit, and mentally tough. But golf doesn't care about your preparation when you make one wrong move. The shot also humanized Kite in a way his victories never could. Fans could relate to hitting a terrible shot. They couldn't relate to winning majors. The Gerald Ford shot made him more likable, not less. After his PGA Tour career, Kite moved to the Champions Tour. He found success there too. He won 10 events starting in 1999. His first win was the countrywide tradition in 2000, which is a senior major. He kept playing until at least 2020. At 75 years old, Kite faces the challenge all athletes face: time. He acknowledges this reality. He said, "The Champions Tour is great, it's competitive, and it's a wonderful show, but it's not the real big league. The real big league is the PGA Tour, and we all know that." Some people thought Kite lost his Champions Tour eligibility recently. This isn't true. He's listed as eligible for the 2025 season. His eligibility comes from having at least 5 PGA Tour points. A regular win earns 1 point. A major or Players' Championship win earns 3 points. With 19 PGA Tour wins, including the 1992 U.S. Open, Kite has far more than 5 points. This confusion shows how tour eligibility works. Current performance might decline, but career achievements provide lasting benefits. Kite's legacy protects his status. The tour honors its legends while staying competitive. The Champions Tour structure makes sense. It rewards past excellence while keeping current competition. Players like Kite earn their spots through decades of hard work. Age brings challenges, but it doesn't erase accomplishments. Kite's Champions Tour record proves his lasting skill. He won multiple events well into his 60s. He competed in senior majors regularly. His fitness routine and mental approach helped him stay sharp longer than most players. Looking back at Tom Kite's career, the struggles make his success more impressive. The Gerald Ford shot makes his consistency more remarkable. The slumps make his rebounds more meaningful. Kite understood something many athletes don't. Perfection isn't the goal. Resilience is. He never claimed to be perfect. He just promised to keep working. When he struggled, he called it a speed bump and kept driving. His innovations changed golf. His work ethic inspired others. His attitude toward failure taught lessons. Even his worst moments became teaching tools for amateur golfers who felt better, knowing that even Tom Kite could hit a terrible shot. The allegations and rumors never defined him. The media narratives about decline proved wrong. The questions about his eligibility were based on misunderstanding. Through it all, Kite stayed focused on what mattered: the work. His approach to challenges was always the same. Don't panic. Don't make excuses. Just figure it out. This simple philosophy carried him through 4 decades of professional golf. Today, at 74, Tom Kite has finally addressed these career challenges.